The boxing community has been split.
But-
Waistline was
but-
high. Waistline was high. He
If
pulled
you
it.
actually
he-
look, Daniel
he pulled it
Dubois
down.
was higher.
He didn't
Alright.
he didn't go down from a body shot or a low blow. Usyk did. John Charles is adamant that they spoke about it beforehand, and there's video evidence. So you don't think he was hitting the groin then?
I don't think he was hit in the nutsack, if that's what you're saying.
You hold your groin. You hold your groin.
no one's questioning. Yeah, but no one's questioning whether
Usyk was on the floor. He was winded.
Daniel Dubois actually did do a couple of low blows, and they were proper low.
The referee was looking for any reason to jump in.
Had a bit of his footwork taken away from him because he couldn't really move around the ring as much.
Why is politics getting involved in boxing? I think that's in preparation for Tyson Fury if that fight ever does go on.
He didn't want to be in there, stuff. He didn't want to be in there.
Welcome to another episode of Bloodlust Boxing. I'm Sav.
And I'm Baz.
Today's episode we'll be talking about that robbery that was Daniel Dubois versus Usyk. Or was it a robbery? But before we get into it,
Well.
massive thank you to all the subscribers. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. But let's get into it. Was it a robbery? Was it a low blow? It's been done to death. The boxing community has been split. But what does
Baz think?
No pressure.
Well, you know what? I actually thought it was more before we get into the controversy. I actually thought it was quite an entertaining fight. More than I thought it was going to be. Anyway.
Yeah, we didn't do a pre-video. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect with this fight, but it was a good.
You knew Daniel had to go in there with a game plan, though, didn't you?
He needed to just throw those bombs and be aggressive,
Yeah.
which he was. And the game plan was clear to hit the body or something
I
else.
feel like he could have done a little bit more in terms of. I know his plan wasn't to try and outbox Usyk, but I feel like he could have attempted to rough him up a bit more in the first half of the fight.
Yeah.
I didn't really see that from him. I only really see him. He's kind of again sort of ones and twos.
He's not really a dirty fighter, though, is he? He's not like a.
I don't think he is, but
he's not gonna sort of grapple and cling on. He throws those ones and twos, and that's what he's good at.
This is the thing. This is the type of thing I think you need to beat an Usyk. I know he got him with a body shot /
Well, let's talk about the body shot, Baz. Like, whilst we're on it, can't gloss over it.
Do we have to, Saf?
Was it a body shot or was it a low blow?
Come on. All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Anything below the navel, supposedly, is a foul. It's not a body shot. So
but
that's all we can go with.
If you go on the hips, there's an imaginary belt line, and it all depends what the refs spoke about beforehand.
I know his belly button probably wasn't on show above his waistband.
Waistline was high. Waistline was high.
A little bit higher. But if you actually look, Daniel Dubois was higher.
Daniel Dubois was definitely higher. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But that's not what's in question. Everyone is saying Daniel Dubois was higher. That's not what was in question. He didn't go down from a body shot or a low blow. Usyk did. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, the referee didn't actually announce at the start of the fight. I don't know if he did it in the change room, but he didn't announce at the start of the fight whether was deemed a low blow.
John Charles is adamant that they spoke about it beforehand, and there's video evidence somewhere. So I've seen a clip.
But either way,
I've seen a clip of him talking about Usyk's high belt line, and that's out there now. But is there anything else? I don't know.
Listen, what depends on what angle you're looking at it from.
Let's take this out of it, yeah. Regardless of whether you think the belt line contributes to a low blow or not, do you think he went down from a body shot or because he was hit to the groin? What do you think?
No, I think he saw the referee. He saw the referee deem it as a low blow, and he just capitalized on that. He knew he could take his 5 minutes, so he just.
So you don't think he was hitting the groin then?
I don't think he was hit in the nutsack, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, because you got a groin guard, so unless he's not putting it on.
Yeah. But even then, that's not. Did you see the swing? The swing on that uppercut. There's no way a groin guard's gonna do enough to protect the family jewel stuff.
Depends how much luggage you got in the house, I guess. But yeah. So you think
it was an arcing up swing, and most of his glove was belt line or below. So I think it is still enough in an area where it's going to hurt him to a point where it's still deemed as a low blow.
My first ever fight, my kickboxing fight. There weren't many amateur kickboxing fights. There was very few. The first ever one, I was hit with a low blow, and I'm gonna try and might not be able to do it for this video, but later on, I'm gonna dig out the video. I was hit with a low blow, and you can see my reaction when I was hit with a low blow, and the way I reacted is how you should react when you hit with a low blow. Yeah, Yeah. And you bend down and you hold your groin. Groin.
No one's questioning. Yeah, but no one's questioning whether
Usyk was on the floor. He was winded, and I've been winded before. You've been winded before. That he was winded. So
that bit that caught me out. That I was like, I don't know if he would actually got up from this. Yeah, he was actually like vibrating on the floor. You know that. Like
that just didn't look right.
That actually looked like he had the wind taken out of him. Fair, but listen, at the end of the day, it was below his belt line. That's been agreed. It's been looked at by the referee. The referee saw it on the spur of the moment, so
yeah. But what was agreed beforehand?
Me and you were watching it.
Look,
at the first, we thought it wasn't a low blow, did we? Like,
I still don't think it was a low blow.
But then,
I've seen the replays.
See, I beg to differ. Now.
It was on the belt line, and his belt was up high.
Either way,
he's conned the referee, and the referee. To be honest, I need to watch the fight back again. But the referee was looking for any reason to jump in. I hate that for home fighters when you see that.
I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree.
Daniel Dubois had a bit of luck. The referee couldn't wait to jump. Like, as soon as I see that, I'm like, there's no chance there.
But you say that. But if you watch a couple of rounds before that, Daniel Dubois actually did do a couple of low blows, and they were proper low. So maybe the referee had that in the back of his mind. He was like, I got to keep an eye on him.
I'm giving him one.
He keeps throwing his. Yeah, I've given him 1 or 2. And to be fair, 1 or 2, Usyk didn't actually moan about it. It was only obviously he made a meal.
Only when he got hit with the body shot.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Look,
listen, whatever way you deem it, the referee made the call, and at the end of the day, it was a split second decision. You just got to go.
Yeah, but then why is the referee telling him to stay down for so long? Is that if the fighter's saying I'll carry on? He was telling him to stay down.
See, this is what
he was like. No, take another.
Referee ain't got to do that. That's not the referee's job. The fighter's
saying I want to fight off.
Yeah, when I was
the referee's job. The referee stopped it, and then when I said I'm ready to go, which wasn't 5 minutes, I was like, let's go, and the referee waved it on. So why is the referee telling him to stay down? Yeah,
I didn't like that whatsoever. That was a little bit on the shader side to me. I don't like that. And that same referee, I believe, was the same one who refereed the Joshua Usyk fight, and Joshua did a similar punch,
and he let it go.
And no, he ruled it a low blow as well then.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you can say it's consistent, but at the same time, I don't know.
The other thing,
at the end of the day,
I don't like is why is politics getting involved in boxing? Like, it's a controversial one, and not many people are talking about it. But
yeah,
it's meant to be a boxing fight, and there's all this politics getting brought into it. And when you're bringing that in, there's a clear agenda, obviously, at the moment for one side, and that can have an impact on the referee's decision.
Well, he knew he was surrounded by Ukrainians.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have your fans there. That's not a problem. But there was a lot of other stuff in the build-up.
I think it was brought into a bit too much, and this is the issue that we've said it in a couple of other videos. It's been brought in a bit too much into boxing recently, and I don't think it's right either. I don't think politics should be mixed into boxing. It's a sport at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Coming back to the whole Bivol thing as well.
Exactly.
You can't tarnish one person with everyone else's crap, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was watching the fight. I was fuming. I just didn't like the build-up. I just wanted 2 guys to go in there, have a fair fight. Obviously, as I
think what you'll find though, Sav, it was that, from what I've seen, it's been a 50-50 backlash in people saying it is a low blow, 50 people saying it's not. And that's it with boxers as well.
Boxers and trainers split.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone's split. So everyone's saying, if you say it's not a low blow, then you're a casual is talking rubbish.
Yeah. I feel like there was a slightly different take on it as well, which I saw Paulie Malignaggi talking about the ring probably being wet as well, because of it was raining on the night, and they didn't really have sufficient cover. So he reckoned that Usyk had a bit of his footwork taken away from him because he couldn't really move around the ring as much. And it'd be interesting to know whether there was much water in the ring, because a lot of people were saying Usyk's footwork wasn't what it was usually, and he looked a bit lethargic.
Well, I think the weight didn't help as well. So he's obviously bulked up even further, and I think that's in preparation for Tyson Fury if that fight ever does go on. But
yeah,
you've got a natural agile guy who's a bit slimmer. As soon as you start bulking up, you're going to slow down. You get the energy levels drop.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what we saw in that fight. I mean, bottom line, I think Daniel Dubois fought a good fight, but there's question marks as to whether he quit at the end. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. And he got to, was it 9, and then the ref sort of waved it off.
He didn't want to be in there, stuff. He didn't want to be in there. You could see it in you. He's looking around anyway.
Was he just being smart, trying to think, look, I've been in this position before. I'll take as much time as I can before I need to get up and go.
You can't do that, man. You can't be waiting till 9, 10 to get up. You got to know that referees will just call it now. Like, that's how many times does that happen? All the people that wait till 9, 10 don't want to be in there.
Yeah, but he didn't look hurt to me. So
why didn't he get up? Why didn't he get up and dust
he didn't look
himself
like
a bit
he
and
was
waste
out
a bit more time
or
like that?
anything like that. I've seen a lot.
No,
worse,
he didn't.
I've seen a lot worse.
So did he quit then?
In worse positions. So I think he was just trying to get a bit more time before he got up. I think at the end he probably didn't want to be there, and he's probably thinking, everything's going wrong for me. I've got a potential out with the fans, with the low blow or not low blow, and maybe he was looking for a way out, but still it didn't get to 10. The referee it off. So yeah, it's a tricky one because it's happened before, isn't it? So some will say it's karma because he had that fight against the cruiserweight who jumped up. Was it Lorena, I believe it was? And that fight actually was a robbery. Like, he got so much time, and there was a lot of dodgy counting going on in that fight. And at the time, we didn't get a chance to do a video on it, but he should have lost that fight. So some will say it's karma because of that, but 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, I actually I like Dubois, and I think he's probably quite a nice guy. He's got a good heart, I think, but at the same time, he doesn't seem to have that fighting spirit. You know what I mean? Like, you need that raging bull inside of you sometimes, just to make you want to get up.
Yeah,
and I just don't know. I don't know if he has it. So, you know, the heart of a lion. I don't know if he has it.
It's one of those things because he's a boxer, but kind of goes down to the thing of like, how much of a decision was it for him to be a boxer? Because his father's quite influential in his career, as is a lot of fathers when it comes to their kids and sports. And there is that question mark as to.
Do you reckon his father's doubt? His doubt in him,
no, I'm not saying that.
In his mind.
I'm just saying that. Is it a question of did Daniel Dubois want to be a boxer, or was it a question of you're going to be a boxer?
He was thrown into it.
So that's the question mark there, and it's one of those things. Some people just love fighting, and when the going's going well, then it's not too bad. But when it gets tough, then
it's true.
So do you think the change in trainers had an impact in things? He was with McGuigan before.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think it was good for him because I didn't particularly like his fighting style beforehand.
McGuigan.
Yeah, but under Don Charles, Don Charles, he's got a bit more about him now. And even though I didn't think he won either rounds, if I'm honest, I like the work he was putting in.
Yeah,
and it was effective work. I feel like that's what Joshua was lacking.
I think it was almost
turn
like
the screw.
It was almost like a perfect storm where you had a mix and mash of 2 different styles. Because Don Charles, he trains those aggressive, come forward fighters, whereas McGuigan's a bit more tactical, a bit more elusive, feinting, more feints, more slipping out the shots. And I think it was almost that sort of almost the perfect storm where he had a mix and match of the 2. Because there was a couple of times when he slipped a couple of shots, and I was like, "Ooh, they did well to get out of that one." And then when he did throw a couple and he was being aggressive, and I think Don Charles brought a lot more positivity to him to make him actually believe that he could win the fight.
Well, people, that's what we thought of Usyk versus Dubois. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought, and check out the next video that's going to play on your screen. Peace.